All right, this is Mobile Gamer Nerd, and we are back with another Raid Shadow Legends free to play mystery shard only heroes everyone can use video. So today is part two of the 360 days of Raid. 42 heroes, if and where I use them. So we already went through a bunch of heroes. I'll just give the quick overview as well as, so everyone knows we only summon mystery shards. We don't summon anything else, yada, yada, yada. And we only use the heroes that everyone can get so that every single one of you can do what I am doing at any time, whether it was 6 days ago, 6 months ago, or if you start 3 months from now. All right, let's go back into it. So we finished up with Grush on the last part. We're going to see how it goes now. We're going to move into the next set of heroes. This one might be a little bit longer because I only did 12 heroes last time. So, Khatun. She is someone that you get as a login hero. I think she's the first login hero for the months, and she's awesome. I mean, here's the thing. She is good regardless of what you do. We did use her in the Barbarian Crypt. We did get through it and we beat it with her as our lead because she has a nice speed lead of 19% right here. Boom. So my entire team goes 19% faster, which makes you get more turns and kill things faster and get more suns and all that other stuff. So that's great. Other than that, though, I don't really use her so much. I wish I could say she was like as good as everyone said she is. I don't think she's terrible, and I think if you don't have Apothecary, and you don't have Diabolist, and you don't have Arbiter, and you don't have even, honestly, Archmage Helmet, she's got the turn meter reduction on her AoE, so there is that. That's kind of like her thing, attacks all enemies and has a 50% chance of decreasing turn meter, so that is good. She does have the fill turn meter, increased speed. Once again, she kind of suffers, at least for me personally, she suffers from the same problem that Broadmaw has, is that she doesn't have a freaking heal. So it like doesn't really help me so much. Now I put her in regen because she would die because she doesn't have any way of really regenning herself. And healers are actually the hardest thing for me to do in this entire run through. Like healers and shielders, they're very few and far between for me as far as mystery shards and free heroes. So she didn't really help me as much. She would probably help someone else a little bit more if you had someone who could protect her better than the heroes that I have. So, once again, this is my opinion from just what I've been doing. Remember, there's 100 different ways you could build a hero. So, this whole list could be 100% different for someone else. But she is good. She did get us through the faction wars. I don't really use her anywhere else. She's good for early game arena. I actually use Spirit Host, who has a lower speed than her, just because she has an attack up and he also has the remove debuffs. So she became actually way more helpful to me than Haikatun ever could be. And I also pulled Apothecary really early. So Haikatun essentially became null and void except for specific things that are based on barbarians. That's it. You could use her in as a speed lead. I use her in Hydra sometimes because I just want to get that extra speed in so I can get some more attacks in right in the beginning for my like lower end teams. That way I don't get killed in the first round. I can get killed in the second round. So if you want to get killed in the second round of Hydra, Haikatun is your girl. If you want to die in the first round, and don't matter who you put in there. All right. So that's really what I did with her. I mean, like I said, her skills are good. She's not bad on paper, but the problem is I just have heroes that are better than her, and I have more use for. Especially removing debuff, Spirit Host. That's amazing. If you have a whole team that's feared, it doesn't matter how fast you go. You're just not going to attack. So yeah, I used her in Spider, I think, once or twice. She's not bad there. You can use her there. You just have to build her for it. I don't really have her built for Spider so much. I tried using her. It didn't work out for me. And I have better heroes that do it now. So screw it. Masteries, there you go. Quick overview. Fun stuff. So let's move on from her. Now, Jizoh, unlike, I'm the opposite of everybody. So most people would tell you that High Katoon would be the first one that was like the one you would build. And then they would say feed. I know a lot of people who said they fed Jizoh in the beginning, and I disagree. He is awesome. Like I love Jizoh, and perfect for Scarab King. We actually get through Scarab with him soloing it basically once everybody dies in the beginning. And he's also I used him in tag team for a long time. I just pulled him out. We're talking like maybe a month ago. I pulled him out of my tag team, so I used him for almost 10 months in tag team because he's just awesome. He can constantly put a counter up on Broadmaw and make him. I've said this in the last video. It just makes him counter, and he just constantly heals himself, and he provokes the annoying heroes, which is really good too. Now I don't know. We also used to use him in Magma Dragon, but I don't believe he's up right now. Well, Magma Dragon actually is up, but I don't think we have Scarab, right? No, we don't have Scarab. 'Cause oh, wait, we do have Scarab. Alright. I don't know if I really wanna do the full fight on there, but yeah, we'll do this low end version fight, see? So we use all these heroes. These are the ones that we use. Jizoh's my lead because he does more damage, and we start. So, essentially what we use him for is just kicking butt. Sometimes we take names. You have the other heroes here that can just do your AoEs to get you through it, essentially. You've got Valerie with the shields for Scarab, and we've got Outrider in there. Yeah, Outrider, he's uncommon. We use him in here, funny enough. And then we've got our boy Odachi here. So it's good that I'm gonna show you some of the stuff that we'll be talking about later, so that way I don't have to show it again, which is why we're gonna kinda kick into these. So these are the heroes that I use essentially for this. Now, Dark Elhaine has a HP Destroy on her kit. You don't need to put her in HP Destroy. Outrider does have HP Destroy on his kit. I believe I put him in HP Destroy as well, though, because I want him to do more HP Destroy. There you go. There's the reviving with, Mr. Broadmaw. This fight's annoying. I should have picked a different one because, it has the revival. But and then Jizoh's in Destroy HP. Valerie's just in her stuff to make her heal and shield faster and be not dead. Really what it is. Outrider is awesome. He's one of my favorite heroes. You're gonna see that, as you can see here. Actually, we're using him now. And he's one of the few heroes that I haven't really rebuilt from the beginning, but I think hopefully we will get it. Now this is Scarab King. This is the main focus that I used Jizoh for. He was actually the first hero I brought in here with HP destroy gear and high defense, and he would just survive. Now, in this fight specifically, not everyone dies. In the higher end versions, everyone's gonna die, and Jizoh just keeps putting up a shield and not dying, and then he beats the boss by himself. So yeah, but this is the easier version. You're gonna see that they'll be able to actually just handle it. He does that. He's got his continuous heal up, and he gets a shield. I don't know if it's in his kit or if I have a ring on him that adds a shield when he does damage. So basically, he's getting a shield for that. He's getting a shield from the counterattacks. Like he's just getting shields constantly, so he doesn't lose. And that's really where I use them for that. So my best time here, minute and 47 seconds. And that's honestly just because of the stupid reviving and unkillable stuff. So you could easily make this better if you bring in somebody like right now. I don't need all these HP destroy heroes to win this fight, specifically this fight, not the later ones, but you could easily just bring in like a nuker here. Like just take Outrider out and put in like whatever, your Carl, just somebody that can wipe out that whole wave, and then this time would go down. I haven't spent a lot of time. That's why I haven't done it. There you go, Jizoh. He's the man. I use him in the final fight, and he just wins. He just wins, wins, wins. All right, and that's really it. That's all I use him for. Really, I don't really bring him into a lot of other places specifically. Possibly, what is that? Iron Twins. I bring him in there sometimes for certain affinities. He's definitely good in there. He's got me through some of the fights in there. So yeah, Jizoh's really good. Erroneous. Now, he's one of the fusion. And when I say fusion, I mean the ones that are always available for Raisin. So part of that, we did build her to 60 with the intent of doing some stuff with her. I honestly haven't had a lot of time to work with her because she hasn't been super useful yet. I'm debating whether or not I'm gonna continue moving forward with her as far as, like, really pushing on her. Uh, Definitely has some interesting skill sets that seem good. Got a poison on her A1, got an increase the duration of all debuffs on the target, which is good if you wanna keep debuffs up, and she's got a block buff. So, seems like it'd be good, and I feel like she is good. I just haven't found her place yet. I wouldn't recommend building her if you don't need her. 'Cause she just wasn't like I said, she doesn't really show me anything amazing yet, but I feel like she could be good. She has helped us in faction crypts because she's level 60, obviously. So, yeah, she's just strong enough to get us through some stuff and not die. Really, I think what we're gonna probably use her for, because right now we have her in, I think yeah, we have a defense chest, crit rate, yeah, so she basically is more defensive than I probably would have built her, considering she is a attack hero, but just want her to not die and kind of increase buffs and stuff. So I don't really have much to say about her. I wouldn't recommend building her right off the bat. If you like I said, unless you have no one else and you just happen to fuse her, then yeah, that's that. All right, Lord Legionary. This guy gets more you know what talk, the S word. Yeah, you're right. I'm talking about severance pay. No, I'm not talking about severance pay. He gets a lot of talk about him. That's bad. All right, that kind of talk, the poop talk, as they say. And it was funny because everyone's like, "He has no purpose, there's no place for him," and that's great. And I would have to say that's kinda true. It sucks because he's badass looking. He looks like the guys from Dark Souls 3, what I forgot what they're called, the Watchers or whatever they're called. Um, that boss fight. That's what he looks like, and he's cool. He's got a flaming sword. Like they really need to give this guy some HP burns and something crazy to make him cooler because he's an awesome looking hero, and I would use him. I still use him now randomly. He's really good for random secret rooms. I use him there for Bannerlords or for Magic or Epic. I use him in there too. But he is on my team for the team that beat the Bannerlords faction crypt. So I did use him and I found a use for him. Whether it's a use that is good or bad, I leave that to you. But he's very weird. He's got a 2 hit, right? Places an extra hit if the target is under heal reduction. So they have to have heal reduction. All right. But notice that he doesn't place it. Places 2 extra hits if the target is under 100% HP reduction. Great. That's fun. Now we've got 75% chance of placing a 30% decreased speed debuff for 2 turns and decreases the target's turn meter. So he has increased turn meter. So that's great. And then he places reflect damage and continuous heal. So what's missing here? He doesn't place heal reduction. So essentially, if you don't have you have to literally bring another hero in to do heal reduction for him to work. That's it. Either put heal reduction on the guy or give him something that puts HP burn on. Like take the whole the heal reduction crap off because it's stupid. But can you use him in Faction Crypt? Yes. I beat it 100%, 63 stars. So we beat it with him. We used him. We used my boy here, Archmage Helmet. We used Myrmidon. We used Brisk Arm, and we used Valerie. There we go. We got through it with those random heroes. So you can get through Faction Crypts with heroes. You just got to build them stronger and better. He doesn't even have a blessing, so he's not even like really strong. Masteries are, they're basic stuff, accuracy and attack. And I have him in crap gear. Like I have him in some random attack gear that I had from the beginning of the game, and he worked. Yeah, 38k power, and he worked. Would I have chosen him over other heroes? No, I would not have. But is he useful at least for that? Yes, you can get him through. All right, so that's Lord Legionary. Kind of cool. I just like him, and that's really it. I don't. He's not really super useful, but he's cool. So if you like a guy with flame swords and you like attacking random heroes with fire that doesn't light them on fire, then he's your boy. All right, Apothecary. So we pulled him super early. We're finally moving into the rares. As you can see, we're not even halfway through. I have 42, right? And we're not even halfway through, and we're already into rares. So that gives you an idea of where we're heading here. Then yeah, you're in luck. So Apothecary, he is basically he's the sill of rares. Is basically what he is. This dude does so little yet does so much. Like his skill set on once again, like on paper doesn't seem that great. He attacks 3 times. Who cares? But that's great. You can use him in Fire Knight in the beginning. Who cares? All right. He heals you by 35% and the heal can be critical. Who cares? Right? You think that. And then he places an increased speed buff on all allies and fills their turn meter uh by 15%. So he just seems dumb. Like he seems like he would be a terrible, terrible hero. Well, think again, because once you max him out and get him ready to rumble, this dude will keep your whole team alive, like nonstop. Now we've got him at 250 speed, I believe, 252 speed. He's very fast. All right, we got him fast, and essentially what's going to happen is he's going to pop this. All right, this is on a 3-turn cooldown once you max it. So he's got 3 turns, so he uses it. Now you got 2 turns left until he uses it again, and it runs for 2 turns. Okay, then you've got a heal, which runs. If someone's dying, he heals them. Then another turn goes by, and then you will attack. And then immediately after attacking once, you're going to be speeding the whole team up again. And then you're going to be healing again. And then you're going to be speeding again. And then you'll be healing. And it just constantly goes. Heal, heal, speed, heal, speed, heal, speed. He very rarely uses his main attack because he's constantly doing this. Once you get him like some cooldown stuff, yeah, he's just going to keep healing and speeding. And that's why he's awesome. He just keeps your team moving and healing. But yeah, every single dungeon. I've used him. I use him in almost every single dungeon unless he is a liability. So like in Spider, if he gets attacked on a certain stage, yeah, I'll pull him out. But otherwise, he's in every single team that I try to beat stuff in. Literally every single team. I don't even need to show it because he's literally in every single team. I can't think of anything that he's not good for. He's amazing. If you pull him in the beginning, you should build him to 60 right after whoever your damage dealer is. So damage dealer, apothecary, done. You've got your 3 stars in all the campaigns if you just started. All right, mastery is there you go. Giant Slayer, so he gets more damage, some accuracy, and I mean that's accuracy healing, stuff like that. He doesn't need accuracy. You would just build him really defensively and get him as much speed as possible. That's it. Just throw as much speed on him, and that's the only stat that actually matters on him. Everything else is just kind of keeping him beefy. I think I have him pretty beefy right now. Yeah, almost 4,000 defense, so he's getting there. Not perfect, but he's good. So definitely build him. Definitely use him. He's awesome. Warmaiden, the farmable maiden. Yes, she is farmable in the campaign, and she is your beginning defense down dropper. That's where we use her, and that's where I use her. I still use her in arena, as you may have saw before. We use her still to this day. A year later, we use her in arena as my defense down. That's how good she is, and I use her in a lot of dungeons. She's great for speeding through dungeons. Basically, her and Spirit Host are the keys. You got Spirit Host to increase attack, and you've got War Maiden to do defense down, and then everybody just wrecks whatever they're fighting. So they're wave killers. All right. Now I have her built a little more attack oriented. You'd probably build her a little more defensive because she dies a lot for me in higher end content. But right now she's awesome. She does some serious damage. Let's see, skills max. You get her in the Phantom Touch Blessing. She's awesome. Get her some War Master, down some accuracy. You want her accuracy as high as you can. We have her over 200 right now. Get her accuracy up so she's always landing that drop defense. Very important. But she is a staple of almost every team. I mean, I'm going to show you this just because. Go in battle dungeons. Go in. Don't want to go too crazy. What's my best time on 20? I don't want to take 20 minutes off this. Here we go. 20. Best time is 2 minutes. I don't even know what my best team was, to be honest. We're gonna put. Yeah, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna. She's in here. She's in here. They're all in here. Let's see what happens. This is stage 20. Sure, let's start. Hey, whatever. It'll show off. The whole point of this, we want to show off some stuff and just see, what they're doing. I don't think this. I think this is going to be a longer fight. I don't really know, but yeah, you want to get through this quickly and easily, and having defense down and attack up. Obviously, look at that. Works like a charm. And there's War Maiden in stage 20, still rocking it. This is the funny part about this account is that you're going to start seeing stuff that you don't really see very often. Now, War Maiden, I would say you'll see her pretty often because I think most people who make videos on Raid will say that she's awesome. I can't imagine anyone, especially for early game players, like War Maiden is the key to beating some dungeons because 60% defense down with your nukers and a 50% attack up from Spirit Host, immediately your team is going to be wiping dungeons that you couldn't wipe before. So those two specifically are two of the best heroes in the game as far as I'm concerned. So War Maiden, Spirit Host, two best heroes in the game as far as keeping, even now, you can see, I still use them. Like this is kind of a composition that I will use in a lot of dungeons right now. Is just throw those two in with a nuker. If it's something I need more defense on, I'll put like your Drex in here, or someone who's a little more, or like what's their name, Visix, something like that in here. And yeah, it's always the same two heroes though. So yeah, they can handle themselves. And Spirit Host is good because she can actually remove all these annoying debuffs that the dragon likes to place. And she also has that like healing thing on her. She has a heal attack, and she has the set that heals her. So she's like kind of a nonstop beast of healing, a miniature beast of burden. Now, I probably should have brought. I just realized I didn't bring what's his name in here. What is his name? Apothecary, which is funny. I should have brought him in here. I can't believe I didn't bring an actual healer in here. But I do have lifesteal on most of these heroes. I think War Maiden's the only one that doesn't heal herself. If this doesn't go bad, I'm actually going to be surprised. I usually have Apothecary here to heal. I guess probably should have thought of that one through. Well, we have healing on Syl and we have revival on Syl. Let's see if it's enough to keep us going. Interesting at best. Let's see if they can. They don't take the shield down. We usually just take hits to the face. To be honest, one of those things. This is where you're going to be like, all right. So what is more important? Is it healing or is we get another? Oh, we did survived it. Question is, will we win? Is the question, right? That's where everyone wants to know. Defense down is awesome. There's your Carl showing up and showing off, as they say. We got a smite. Look at this. There you go. Stage 20 down. Best time was 2:37. I don't know what my best team was, but there you go. No actual healer required. So yeah, War Maiden is awesome, and so is Spirit Host. So there you go. I just showed all of them off. Get out of here. So that's them. Let's go to the next hero, War Maiden. Don't sleep on War Maiden. You can sleep with War Maiden, but don't sleep on her. That's rude. All right, Brave Chill Killer. Now this is going to be kind of a mixed thing because honestly, Grave Chill is almost essentially useless if you don't have Frozen Banshee. So there's Frozen Banshee. All right. We're gonna do these two together. It's almost like they're the same build, literally exactly the same build. Uh Even their masteries, I believe, are exactly the same. Same exact masteries back and forth. You can't even tell the difference. Like if you were just looking at the masteries, you would and not actually watching what I'm doing on the screen right now, you would think that they are the same character. So yeah, basically, I would put them both in Relentless if you have it. I don't have her in Relentless right now. I have her in a Poison set just because of what I had at the time when I built her, and I haven't rebuilt her because I've been slowly moving her out of my Clan Boss team. But she is awesome. She's got a defense down. These two are really only good, like specifically for Clan Boss. There's no other use for them. But the thing is they're really good at what they do. I do use them in Faction Wars because it's all I have. But even for that, I wouldn't recommend that they're like your best option. You're gonna build them for Clan Boss probably, so you'll probably have to suffer with using them through beginnings of faction wars. But you want more AoE specialists, more crowd control heroes. These guys just poison bosses. So maybe like the bosses would be good for them because they'll take the boss down fast. But other than that, I wouldn't really consider them that great as into anything else. You can use them in dungeons. What I've found is that bringing them along is usually a liability because they don't really add much to the team outside of poisoning the crap out of the boss. And I have heroes that can do more damage to bosses so far with other things like HP burn or really only fights that maybe poison specific. You can use her in dragon. I've seen people say she's the dragon killer because she poisons them and it's really good and all that other stuff. But I just my times are always slow when I bring them. So maybe I just need to rebuild my hero. That's really what it comes down to. She's got a lot of accuracy. We're talking like 300 accuracy, and still I don't care. Like it's just she doesn't. They don't do much outside of those two things. But you can use them. I used them in tag team for a while because I had them level 60 early on for clan boss. So yeah, I would definitely use them. They are great for it. So let's just say battle. I still use what's her name? Frozen Banshee in Clan Boss. So here we go, Nightmare. So we're gonna take her out. We're gonna put our girl back in. All right, where are you? There you are. We'll put her in. Now, I don't know how this would work actually. We're gonna try it. There you go. I actually forgot I use her in Clan Boss right now. I'm messing around with Khatun, even though I talk smack about her. I actually have been testing her out in here, and so far it's been good or bad. I mean, it's hard to tell in Clan Boss because they change affinities all the time and things are changing. Yeah, it's annoying, and every fight's different. So we'll see how it goes. I think this will do that. We'll test it. We'll test it with her as the lead. I'm doing this to see if I can get more turns, basically, and it seems to have been working. But I took her out in favor of Hyria because Hyria actually does a multi attack, so everybody gets attacked. It's kind of fun. I'm trying to eat a peanut. I was trying to get away with it. I don't really want to chew into the mic. I also wanted to get a sip of water while we do this. But as you can see, they do a ton of poisons, which is really the thing here. They can poison the crap out of every boss, and they do a ton of damage. And Grave Chill has a defense down. Uh, Frozen Banshee has the poison sensitivity. So they basically make a nice little match up, and they constantly do defense down and make your poisons do more damage. So bringing in 3 poisoners in here could be good. I found that 3 was kind of too much, especially since I have a poison set on Grave Chill. So there was too many poisons going out so that I wasn't actually even landing poison. So I stopped doing that. I'm not doing 3 poisoners anymore. It's a bad idea. Yes, Kael could be an option there. Kael actually was the option in the beginning. We used him early game clan boss, and he was pretty cool. He did a lot of work in the beginning. We're gonna leave that. Let me see where we're at. I want to make sure that I don't make these videos too long. We got to make sure that we're staying on point. Somewhere around 30, 40 minutes is good. Uh, this might be a 4-part series. I don't know. I will find out once I waste my time with more heroes, right? So where are we at? Round 8. So this fight is going to be a little fun because, like I said, it's good. We're going to showcase a couple different heroes all at once, which is good. I don't need to like do a bunch of showings in here. I can do like 1 or 2 little tidbits just so you can kind of see heroes that we use. But this is good. Get the clan boss in here at least, one fight so you can actually see what I'm using him for. This isn't this was my older team. I actually would bring Valerie in here and, what's his name? I always forget it. I always forget the dude's name. He looks like Jason. We'll get to him. We used him for drop attack, so that was fun. We used him and Valerie to keep everybody shielded and stuff, and it worked really well. I don't know how this is gonna work. This is actually the first time I've done this setup because I was using her specifically with Hyria. So I haven't brought in her to try and see if it would help this team at all. Which funny enough, it might. I don't know. This could be one of those better fights. We don't know. I average recently it's been a lot harder. I feel like that a lot of people are saying something changed in Clan Boss, and to be honest, I don't care. So I don't pay attention to a lot of like raid news because most of the time it's just like whatever. They're like, oh, they changed this, they buffed this, then I don't care. If as long as I can still play and beat things, it doesn't affect me in any way. So that's why I don't do that. I don't care. But yeah, I heard they changed something, but my damage has gone down since that, whatever that changed was, and it's fine because I'm getting back up to where I was. I'm starting to see some, 15, 16 million fights again, but it's been a lot harder recently. So there is that. But does it matter? No, we still win, and I still get my chest every day. So if my damage went from 13 million to you know, 8 million, then yeah, I might dig dig into it and try to figure it out. Now I have plenty of other heroes that you can use here that I'm working on. Like, yeah, see, the damage on this wasn't terrible, but it wasn't great. I'm not super excited about the damage we did here, but Drex, if he has the right like set of circumstances, he can just kind of keep attacking and healing for a very long time. I've seen him go up to 16 million just by himself here. Like right there would have been a counterattack. He would have been good. Oh, maybe not. All right, so he got stunned. Is screwy. He has the what is that? He's got a blessing, not a blessing, the mastery that will remove debuffs. So sometimes he'll just keep removing it and then getting an extra attack, and he'll just kick the crap out of her. So there you go, 14 million damage. So this is a good team for early game. Say 4 million, and he did 3.9 million. So Drex is awesome. But yeah, Grave Chill and Frozen Banshee, I've seen them do somewhere between 5 and 6 million each. It happens. Having the extra speed lead in here definitely was nice. I'm not mad about it. Would I continue to use this team? Possibly. I'm going to mess with it, see what I can do. More speed, more everything. There you go. Clan boss. So that's where we use Frozen Banshee and Grave Chill. They're like I said, they're good for what they do. They're probably the best at what they do as far as rares. They're not useful in a lot of places. That's it. So more specific builds. Kael. Yeah, yeah, Kael. I mean, he is a staple of a lot of teams. I still use him in Doom Tower. I mean, I still use him in Dragon. I use him everywhere because he just does a ton of damage. He heals himself back up. He looks badass. Got really beautifully painted nails. I don't know. This I actually so in the beginning of this game, just a little small sidebar story. If you watch all my videos way back in the day, we're talking like a year ago. Yeah, when my microphone was trash and I had like one person watching. I still remember you, by the way. So you're still watching. I remember you watching. But yeah, he was just this is the first tournament that I actually was like, yo, I want to get this tournament. And I spent an entire day winning the tournament to get this skin for Kael. I was like, I need this I need it. And I'm sorry if you can't get it. I don't know how often it comes out, but if it does come out, you should get it because it's badass. So I did get the skin from a tournament, and I went ape crap for 3 days trying to. I think it was dragon tournament. I don't remember what it was. I think it was a dragon tournament, and I just farmed and farmed and farmed and farmed. I used gems. I didn't care, and I got it. So that's the only time I went crazy on a tournament to the point where I was like, I need this. Like I need it. And yeah, fun story. So Kael, I don't need to really go too much into Kael. He literally is used in every dungeon. He's a great nuker. If you can use him basically. That's it. Like if you don't have any other nukers right now, or even if you do, I mean I use him in place of plenty of legendary that I have and epics. He's just as good. He's just as good. So, and he's got a lot of speed, and his turns are quick. So he actually will get a lot of attacks off very quickly. He can use AOE a lot. I still use him to this day in the final areas of Doom Tower. He's been since removed from certain teams, like the Necro Spider I used him in, and I don't use him there anymore because there's obviously better heroes to use there. So, but in the beginning, he was all I used. Literally everything. Clan boss, the all rounder. So pick Kael as your starter, just so you know. Valerie. So Valerie is she's fun. Uh how many heroes we got through so far? So we got through, what is this? 6, 9. All right, so we'll go through these. All right, so Valerie is one of those heroes that sucks in the beginning. All right, you're gonna get her and be like, "Mobile gamer nerd, is Valerie terrible? Why does she not help me in any way? Why is she wearing nothing on her backside?" Yeah, I don't know if you're gonna ask that question. I think we all know why, but basically, you're gonna be like, "Why? She sucks. Terrible." You're gonna have her in some HP gear, and you're gonna be like, "Whatever." However, Valerie is literally a staple of so many of my teams. And the reason is one, I have her in a shield in a bolster set, so she can heal herself and she can shield the rest of the team. She also has a shield that she makes. Not only does you get that shield in the beginning of the wave, but she'll add shield, and she heals when she does it, and heals. She also increases the duration of all your buffs and decreases the duration of all your debuffs. So let's say you have an attack up, and then you get hit with like a speed down. Use that. Now you have attack up for another round, and you have no more debuff. So amazing. Great for lots of skills, especially when you have a bunch of heroes that do a bunch of buffs at once, like a reflect, shield, defense, attack, and then immediately after all that, you use her, and then you get an extra round of those buffs. So immediately is amazing. She has the increased attack, which is awesome. Her A1 sucks, but just having her maxed out and working, like, look, her masteries we've got mostly like War Master and a couple of other things, some healing and shielding type stuff. That's really what we put her in, and awesome, literally awesome. I use her everywhere. We use her. Obviously, you just saw her in Scarab King, so that's somewhere where I would use her. I used her in Doom Tower the first time I beat all of the Doom Tower. All right, we used her in the final floor all the way up to the final floor, sorry. So her, Kael, Spirit Host, Warmaiden, and then Apothecary. Those were the 5 I used through Doom Tower almost exclusively except for bosses that required separate heroes. But I use them all the time, and I have the video called The Starting 5. You can watch that. That actually would use Apothecary. We use Diabolist instead of Apothecary, but Apothecary is a better option. Yeah, Valerie, I'm telling you, you're gonna build her and be like, "What the hell is this guy talking about?" And then when you get to where I'm at, not even where I'm at, but I'm gonna say like 4 or 5 months, 3 or 4 months in, when you're like doing harder content, yeah, you'll see her value. Trust me, she's awesome. All right, we already showed off Spirit Host, so you kind of know what she is. She helped me get through the 3-star in campaign in the beginning. I still use her today, as you just saw in the dragon. She's awesome. She has the attack up. See, she has the attack up for 50%, so it's awesome in the beginning. She also heals herself. She doesn't die, and that's the thing. That's I think a lot of people really. I just knock some stuff. I think people really underestimate the value of heroes that do things and just don't die. Like Arbiter would probably die before Spirit Host, and I think I've tested this theory out. Spirit Host can kill Deliana by herself. So if your whole team gets wiped and it's just Deliana in the arena and Spirit Host, you can go watch. I think I even did it in her video when I did her champion spotlight, and I've done it plenty of other times too. He'll kill Deliana by herself. She's just like, yeah, you suck, and she'll just keep because Deliana's not strong enough, and she just keeps getting whacked. All right, and then Spirit Host will keep healing herself while killing her, and you can do the attack up, do more damage, and she can remove any debuffs that are annoying if Deliana decides to do it. But honestly, I literally just A1 myself to victory whenever I get just against Deliana. Literally just A1, heal, heal, kill, heal, kill, heal, kill. It's like my chant. Heal, kill. All right, enough of that. But yeah, artifacts. We put her in the bolster set. Shield is awesome. Heals her by what is it? 10%, right? Heals by 10% every turn. So now she's healing by 10% every turn, and she attacks and heals. So yeah, this is the build, baby. This is the build. She's awesome, and she's like the lowest power hero I have right now. I haven't set her up, but you don't need accuracy on her, which is great. You don't need it at all. You really just need speed and resistance, which I haven't fixed yet. She's got an HP banner. I'll probably switch over to resist eventually. You have accuracy and resist. I have a resist, but it's a low end one. I just sometimes I'll put it on her, sometimes I won't. It depends on my mood. But yeah, best girl is Spirit Host. I love her. Still one of my favorites. And Odachi. We'll end this one with Odachi because we did some other stuff. So Odachi is a weird cat. Really good in faction wars, obviously. He's a defensive hero, and I don't use him a lot of places. I'm slowly working him into certain things. He sometimes is useful in Hydra, depending on which ones we're fighting and what team I use. Who's left over. He's good there. But mainly I use him in Scarab King and in the Magma Dragon because he can do the provokes. I don't think I use him in Magma Dragon anymore. Possibly I do. We might try. Maybe we'll end with that. We'll do that. Let's see. But he does have a lot of really good skills. Has a provoke on his A1, which is very low chance. He's got a shield that he puts on him when he attacks everybody based on his HP, and he blocks debuffs and increases defense of all allies, which is awesome. So he is good for defensive stuff and keeping your team alive. And yeah, mastery is pretty cool. He's got down to War Master, some accuracy stuff. We want him to land all his stuff, and we have him in HP destroy because I use him in Scarab. But let's see if I still use him. The hard fight. We're gonna have to go into the hardest fight. Going all the way up to this. This is the top of the tower. So actually, yeah, I do use him. We have him. I used him as a defense. Defense lead. I don't remember why I put her in here. I think I was just trying to do more damage. Who knows? Maybe I should take her out. There's no freezes in here, so maybe we'll just do this. If it works. I mean, whatever. The worst that happens. All right. We'll end it with a Magma Dragon fight. So this is the final fight of Magma Dragon. Really what you need here is a bunch of provokes. That's what you need. I would probably recommend that you pause the fight right before you get to the boss and try to save all your provokes so that you can start with a provoke because you don't want your team to die right in the beginning. Sometimes it happens. I could leave it auto. I don't really care so much. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. If I die, I die. I don't care. But what I'll do is I'll stop in the beginning, like when I get to maybe like where we're at now, and because you don't want to waste his provoke. Say he used the provoke, but now we have a couple turns. Hopefully somebody has a provoke up. I have 1, 2, 3 heroes in here that do provoke. So this is an option. You have other options here too. I've heard there's other things you can do in this fight to make it not suck. But provoke seems to work for me, and it's the first time I was able to auto it and be cool. So let's see if we can get a provoke now. So we've got a hex. Question here is, will they die? There you go. We got a provoke. So now we're good. Back into safe realm. We just need to get that first provoke because then everybody's going to start provoking, and we're good. And then Odachi is essentially your secondary hero for provokes, like because he has the A1 that does it. So if Visix, which you can also use, I think Myrmidon is an example. You can use Jizoh in here. They're not as effective, but they work. All right. But yeah, that's it. You just make sure he's provoked at all times. Right now he's provoked. Good. Got Apothecary in there to keep everyone healing. And then whoever provokes him gets the hit. I think at this point, Master Butcher should be up on his provoke. Nope, he's not. That's not good. Our provokes are all over the place right now. We need our provoke, so we got a hex going. We don't want her to die, so that would suck. Hopefully Apothecary go. Now we got a provoke. Sometimes they just have weird setups. Like it's just weird. All right, so everyone's getting their provokes in now, finally. There we go. 2-turn provoke with Master Butcher. That's the one you really want. We'll get to him later on. But yeah, Master Butcher is a badass of provokes in this fight. And definitely helpful. I don't know why I should have brought someone else in instead of what's his name? Carl. Probably just someone else, just anyone. If you want to be safer in this fight, I would bring in someone like Valerie or even honestly, what's her name? Erroneous could have a good use here because she can increase the length of the provoke. So there you go. Maybe you have someone here that can just keep the provoke going nonstop, and he'll literally never be unprovoked. There you go. We found a use for Erroneous possibly. It could be a secondary option in here. But yeah, this is Odachi at the highest ranks of normal Doom Tower. Like I said, we are working into hard mode right now, but who knows? Who knows where we're going to be in the next month or so? I have no idea. We'll find out eventually. This fight does take a while, by the way. Very irritating fight, especially if you don't have anyone who can do probably some damage over time. I think if I remember correctly, there's a reason I don't. I think he heals if you do HP burn or something. I don't remember. There's a bunch of bosses. I just know that I went through every boss with every hero, and this was the team that kind of worked itself into it. And Carl is basically just an extra. I originally had another provoker in here with Jizoh, and that's just to make sure that everybody was always provoking. And then I realized the fight was really freaking slow, so I was like, we need a DPS in here. So that's why I started bringing in an extra DPS once we got Visix. Because now Visix and I think Visix and what's his name, Master Butcher can control this fight by themselves. If you set up the beginning, I don't know. It depends. If it's like a bad setup, you might die. But you could easily bring in two DPS in here and just have them control the fight. Just like I said, stop the fight at wave 2, and you're good. Make sure all your provokes are ready to rumble, and alternate them. Like you want Visix to provoke like after Master Butcher's provoke ends, and then hit auto. Basically, you don't want people doubling up on provokes. That would be silly. They're going to do right now. You go. Took us 5 minutes, but let's see who gets the kill. Who's the one? You Carl? Do you win? No. Oh, it would have been nice if Odachi got it. Like, yeah, boy, get that kill. Of course, it's your Carl. What a jerk. All right, so see, here's all your damages. The damages. Okay. Yeah, 879,000. So yeah, you could easily bring in another DPS in here, but Odachi worked. Everyone works in here. There you go. Top of the Doom Tower. Make it win. So that's the next set of heroes that I use at a year of playing this game. We're gonna end it there with Odachi. And yeah, hopefully you guys are learning a lot here. Hopefully everything's working out well for you. I mean, if this maybe gives you some insight into heroes that you can use, even if I give you a tidbit of something that you can use in your game, then that's the whole point of this whole thing, right? So we're all good. All right, so that's it for today. Those are the guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, tell everyone, tell your friends, tell your family, tell my family. Go to the circus and tell everyone there. I don't care who you tell. Just tell people to watch my stuff because then we can do this more often and I can make cooler videos. Cooler videos. All right. So this is part 2 of the heroes that I use at 360 days. This is Mobile Gamer Nerd, and you guys take care.